You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to ask you what you think about this latest scene with Cyrus Renault having what looks like an apparent heart attack at Pentonville Prison. Is Cyrus Renault dead on GH? Is Jeff Kober leaving the ABC soap? Let's dig in and talk about this. Things look dire on Monday for Cyrus Renault. That guy Book attacked him again, but Drew was there and he intervened. And ironically, Drew beat Book with a book, and that's kind of funny. But then he noticed that Cyrus had collapsed. He ran over. The guards were holding him. And, you know, this whole thing could have gone really badly because Book pulled a shiv out of his sock, and it looks like he was going to try and stab Drew, maybe try and stab Cyrus and finish him off. But then Drew bested him, and then the guards showed up and they're holding them, and then Drew convinced them to let him go so he could do first aid. Things look even more dire for Cyrus because he's having a heart attack and he's in the middle of a prison. He's not near a decent hospital. All right, we're going to talk about this a little more, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our GH updates. Thank you for subscribing. So Drew starts administering first aid, kind of CPR stuff, and he's like, stay with me, stay with me. The guards are standing by. Cyrus's vision bled out to white, which is usually a sign that he's slipping away and he's going towards the light. Maybe he's going to, I don't know, have a vision of his sister Laura and his brother Martin, something like that. So if Cyrus died, I mean, let's be honest, it's not like it would be much of a loss if he exited the character canvas. As a character, he's horrible. He is the reason that Lulu was in a coma, separated from her kids, and that bomb that he had Julie and Jerome leave at the Floating Rib killed her boyfriend Dustin, who is a super duper nice guy. Cyrus is a piece of human garbage. On the flip side, the actor who plays him, Jeff Kober, is fantastic. He was so good on The Walking Dead. He's good in everything he does. He is uber talented, and it would be a gosh darn shame if he left, but he could. There's not much good going on inside Cyrus Renault. So even though he swears he's found Jesus behind bars at Pentonville and he's been reading the Bible and whatnot, do we really believe that this villain is redeemed? I don't think so, because he's still saying creepy stuff to people now and then. And then we have the replacement writers doing the scripts, and then Cyrus is suddenly kind of meek a little bit and scared to some extent. Like, I don't know who they have in the writer's room right now, but this is a different version of Cyrus than we saw before. So we have to wonder if Cyrus is about to meet his maker. I mean, everything looked really bad by the end of Monday's show, but this is not the end for the hardened criminal, at least not yet. And we know this from official GH spoilers. So they may transfer him to GH for coronary care because that kind of medical treatment is not something they take care of at Pentonville Infirmary. So there's an official GH spoiler for later this week about Martin Gray being surprised. And then we have another spoiler saying that he visits with his brother Cyrus. Now, it's not clear if he goes to Pentonville or if Cyrus is transferred to General Hospital after this heart attack. Maybe that's where Martin goes to see him. So it is very likely, based on this spoiler, that Cyrus is going to survive this initial incident with this heart attack. Then Martin comes to visit him, but that doesn't mean that Cyrus is out of the woods. This attack, you know, could still kill him. Heart attack victims can still suffer another coronary right on top of the first thing, depending on the severity, the underlying heart defect that is causing this. He could be in like congestive heart failure. There's no telling. So while this initial incident, I don't think is the end, it could be the beginning of the end for Cyrus Renault if this is a serious, serious medical condition. I also wonder if Cyrus is somehow the key to getting Drew out of prison. We know they're not going to leave him there for 3 years, not with the actor Cameron Mathison still under contract and him having this front burner relationship with Carly. So Cyrus can't seem to get himself out of prison, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have contacts and influence on the outside. He's just a different class of criminal than Drew. So Drew's a white-collar criminal. I mean, he's not a violent felon or anything. It's a white-collar crime. We know that he shouldn't even be there. He should be at the lower security facility, but the judge was hostile and saw that he was someone of wealth and decided to make an example of him. But Cyrus may have enough influence to get a model prisoner who is a Navy SEAL who served his country out of prison, maybe as a thank you for saving his life, for protecting him, and for saving his life with this, by giving him this immediate care for his heart attack. And, getting Drew released could be an act of redemption for Cyrus if he could make it happen. We'll see. I mean, I think we all know that Drew's not going to be in prison for 3 years. But right now, things look super bad for Cyrus. So we'll be able to see on Tuesday if Drew can pull Cyrus Renault back from the brink of death with, CPR, whatever. So what do you guys think? Would you be happy to see Cyrus Renault 6 feet under? Would you be happy to see the end of this villain for good? Or do you want to see Jeff Kober stick around and Cyrus get some sort of redemption story? And again, I don't think Cyrus can really be redeemed. Lulu, it looks like, could be waking up from her coma soon. We did a video on that, a comings and goings video recently. Check our GH playlist to see that, because we're wondering if it's going to be Emma Ryland or maybe Julie Berman when they wake her up, because clearly they're going to wake her up. Unless this is something from the new writers and the old writers are going to come back after the strike and go, nope, scrap that plot. And then I think a lot of people are going to be PO'd. But with, if Lulu wakes up, that's a little less tarnish on Cyrus's aura, but we'll see. What do you guys think? Live or die? Should Cyrus stay or go? Should GH usher him out the door in a body bag? Let us know in the comments below. We always read them. We love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this, click us a like. And if you haven't already, please click subscribe so you don't miss any of our General Hospital spoilers, promos, and videos, and come back soon for more on your favorite ABC soap. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.